What's going on, you guys? Draven Games MTG back with another video and deck tech. Today we are playing Orzhov Control for Standard, and I'm very excited about this. Pulled a couple new cards just recently, and I'd like to go through the list, share with you guys. So to start, I have one Cut Down, one Duress. Cooped Up, we have two of these. One Destroy Evil. So I do have a few creatures, more than a few, in the main board. We have Dust Animus, two Petrify. We have two of the Deep Cavern Bat. So I do have in this deck some, hand hate or hand destruction, whatever you want to call it. As Deep Cavern Bat, when it enters the battlefield, it can do a lot to your opponent's hand. I have a Long Goodbye, 3 Pilfer, again more hand destruction. Pilfer is still a really good card, and I was just aware that it's been reprinted in the new set of MTG Foundations. So Pilfer is still kicking in Standard, and it's going to be in Standard for a long time, you guys. So Pilfer is always a good choice to fall back on. Whether you want to mainboard it or sideboard it is up to you. I personally do like mainboarding them, so because it gives you that leverage when you want to hit your opponent's hand and you want to drain them of resources. Pilfer, turn 2 is definitely a really good source and card at that to do so. Then we have 2 Shoot the Sheriff. We have a Traumatic Revelation. Again, we have more of the hand destruction along with Soul Search. Soul Search is really cool. I really like this card because you can get a spirit creature token with flying under the right conditions. So I do like this card in this deck. And some of the stuff that I added just recently, I will go down the list with you guys. We have Anointed Peacekeeper, Banishing Light. The Makeshift Bindings, I really like because you can exile target creature. You can gain life off this card. It's really good. One of the recent additions, as you guys know, I am a fan of this card, Trapped in the Screen, because it has Ward for 2, and you can select your choice of exiling an artifact, a creature, or an enchantment that's on the field. So I'm a really big fan of Trapped in the Screen. So I'm running 4 of those because, there's a lot of decks right now that are playing Doubling Season, and, a lot of these other combo decks, token decks, whatever, you really want to be able to stop, those threats from hitting the field, and you want to take them out. So Trapped in the Screen is a really good, whether you want to mainboard it or sideboard it, really good option. I also have Unidentified Hovership. This is a really good card as well. Because you can crew this card. Well, not just crew it. You can exile up to 1 target creature with toughness 5 or less. So which means, for a 3 mana spell, an artifact vehicle, you can exile a lot with this card. Then you can crew it for 1. One of the recent cards I just pulled. Really love this card for hand advantage. Phyrexian Arena. At the beginning of your upkeep, you draw a card and lose 1 life. And it's a regular enchantment spell. Really good for that hand advantage. In multiple copies, I'm not really sure. I don't know if I'd really play. I know for a fact I would not play 4 copies unless I was really trying to do something specific. As Phyrexian Arena could really drain you for, a lot of, life. But, playing 1 or 2 copies is definitely, it's a good hand advantage, and it can definitely help you to stabilize your hand in the board or restabilize your hand in the board as you're trying to rebuild back up, in case you're in a tight spot. So then we have No Witnesses. Definitely a fan of this board wipe. We have Extinguish the Light. And this I had pulled a while ago, but Kaya Spirit Justice, as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of this Planeswalker. She is really good. Okay, and then we have Overwhelming Remorse. Have two, and I'm really a fan of this card. So, as you guys know, Standard's coming up, and I'm not going to really say what I'm playing yet for the Standard RCQ, but the deck that I'm playing, I'm going to say, I have my ideas with this particular card, Geese of the Hellraiser. She's really good, and, in a lot of the decks that are being played, whether it's multicolored, monocolored, this is probably more for like a two-colored deck or monocolored, but she's really good, and she's a really good choice to put in your deck main board, at least, two. Maybe three. I run two in this, and it, she really shows to work well on the field. She is a board stabilizer and a board restabilizer, I could tell you that, because I've won so many games with this card, you guys. So if you guys have not pulled Geese of the Hellraiser, be sure to crack open Outlaws of Thunder Junction and get yourself one or two copies of Geese of the Hellraiser, because I'll tell you, you can't go wrong with this card. So then we have the lands. We have 10 plains, 10 swamp. We also have Forlorn Flats, a Shadowy Backstreet, and of course, this really great card from Bloomborough we're running to, Fountainport. Fountainport is a very, good addition to a deck, whether you're running aggro, mid-range, or even control. This could also be a great way to, restabilize your hand, restabilize the board, or just stabilize your hand in the board, or if you want to rack up, treasure tokens and get those, maybe if you're ramping something, it all depends, but this is a great card. So let's go to the sideboard really quick. I've run one of the Raid, a Resplendent Angel, Stroke of Midnight. So guys, I was not aware just until probably yesterday that this card has been reprinted, Angel of Finality. So this card, I'm not sure if you're allowed to play in Legacy format because of how good it is, especially if you were to run it in Reanimator. You just bring it into the field, it exiles target player's graveyard. So, for standard format, I'm sideboarding this for the graveyard hate. Angel of Finality, turn 4, she is really good. And you can use her in reanimation decks for sure. And she would probably prove to actually play very well against some of those, or all of those graveyard decks. So I also have Expel the Interlopers. I really like this board wipe. Unstable Glyph Bridge. We have Seasonal Loss, 2 Unwanted Remake, a Duress, a Starscape Cleric, and I just recently during the Foundation's pre-release, you guys, like I said, when I opened the box, we pulled the Abyssal Harvester in paper, and I also pulled it here. So this card is, I believe that this is a pretty good card, because as you get to exile a creature card from the graveyard that was put there that turn, you create a token that's a copy of it. So this card, I really think Abyssal Harvester, can do very well. Enduring Tenacity, we have Deadly Cover-Up, and an Overwhelming Remorse. So with that being said, let's get into the gameplay. Alright, you guys, so we're going to do best of 3, and we'll see, how this goes. Okay, so it looks like that we are on the draw. Okay, so our opening hand is not terrible. I mean, we could petrify turn 2. But I wish we had a source of swamp because, you know, that would open things up for, you know, shoot the sheriff. So I'm going to attempt to keep this. Because if we get triple planes, we could, you know, play trapped in the screen. We can unidentified hover ship. See, we did pull pilfer, and I have to get lucky to top deck a swamp for the pilfer. Okay, so we actually, they milled us and there is a swamp. Okay, so we actually got lucky. We did get lucky. So now we can actually pilfer. Okay, so let's see what they have. Invasion of a Monket. That's each player mills 3 cards. Alright, so I'm not worried about the creature. So they have a Dark Slick, Shores, Swamp. They have the Cruel, Somnophage. Like I said, I'm not worried about that. Invasion of a Monket, and they also, so we don't have any creatures in hand, so I'm going to take the Invasion. Because if they bring out the creature, we could petrify it. Okay, they brought in Overlord. So this Overlord is a really good one. Flood Pits is really good. Okay, so I'm gonna have to take out that Overlord now. Alright, so they're playing Tiny Bones. Alright, so alright, well, we obviously want the Kaya hover ship, because hover ship will go well with, you know, crewing creatures, the petrify. So I'll just pitch out to shoot, you know, the sheriff, and, you know, we'll see where this goes. I think they're looking to target. Okay, so let us mill again. Yeah, because they got these 2 creatures they could play.
Somebody bothering you? I'll make them suffer. No victim goes unavenged.
So if they want to waste their any spell on these creature tokens, I mean, by all means, go ahead. Alright, now they're milling themselves. Alright, so I'm gonna graveyard that. Okay, so I really kind of want to petrify this now. We might have to use Kaya. I think I should surveil. Okay, so we do have 2.
Perfect vantage point.
We do have 2 of the trapped in the screen. Going to keep them. Choose a card to exile. In case they have anything to bring back the Shield Druid, that's why I picked the Shield Druid. I don't want them bringing that back. If they have any kind of... Yeah. So, here's another one. So now... Alright, so you know what, let's... Alright, let's go through this. I'm gonna play the land. Should I use the hover ship? Yeah, I'm gonna use the hover ship on the ship. I'm wondering if I should surveil again, because I really kind of want to draw some stuff. I'm not so much worried about creatures right now. So yeah, I'm gonna surveil.
Aha! Another clue.
Take that creature out. Alright, okay, so we're gonna end our turn, see what happens from here. Alright, so they actually ended their turn. I'm gonna keep surveilling because I really want to gain some hand advantage. Petrify and
Keep
Vanishing
calm
Light.
and stay focused.
Okay, so take out the creature. Because I'm kind of waiting for them to play either something or like these creatures. Okay, they have another shield. Alright, so they took out the Vanishing Light. We're gonna have to use Trapped in the Screen here. Okay, guys, they conceded. So we took first game. Alright, so let's see. I still don't know much about what they're using. All I know is we can... so let's take out Extinguish the Light. Do expel the interlopers. Let's see. Do we need Peacekeeper? I'm gonna say no. Do Glyph Bridge. Do we need Duress? Because I kind of feel like I want to put in Unwanted Remake. Yeah, we'll do one Unwanted Remake. Alright, I think we're done. I mean... well, let's, you know what, let's see. Overwhelming, do we need Overwhelming Remorse? I don't know if we do. I kind of, because, you know, I actually kind of want Resplendent Angel in. Alright, so we have just a little bit more time. We might need the Remorse, so let's take out the Long Goodbye for Resplendent Angel. Okay. Okay, not the greatest hand, you guys, but we're gonna keep it anyway. I don't really feel the need to have to mulligan this, or, you know. So, we're on the draw. So they played the Invasion of Amonkhet. Okay, so we did pull Kaya, which is actually a really good draw. So they pulled the... Alright, so we're gonna destroy evil. So now they're all tapped out. We can slam down Kaya.
I'm gonna make you suffer.
So now the plan is, you guys, right now, is to surveil with Kaya. I'm not so worried about the creature. I'm not so worried about the creatures, you know, racking up creatures on the board. I'm gonna surveil. Okay, so
I've got the perfect vantage point.
I do want that planes in case we draw one of our board wipes, which we're going to need. So hover ship is also good. We're gonna exile the Shieldred. So far our hand is decent. But all I'm gonna be doing is surveilling. So that kind of throws things off for us because we needed, that's a shame, we needed Kaya. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Makeshift binding. I was not expecting that, you guys. Alright, we do need trapped in the screen. Okay, so we're gonna have to end the turn. Alright, they're playing another Shieldred. Okay, so we have trapped in the screen. I'm just gonna wait another turn just to see what they do. I mean, I really don't want this slamming the field, so... Okay, we also have Vanishing Light, so I'm going to attempt to play this. I may have a counterspell, I'm not sure. We do have open mana for Shoot the Sheriff. They're playing another invasion. I'm just gonna check quick what was milled. Alright, nothing really of that, you know, importance. Like I said, you know, the Kaya was very important to what we needed. Looks like they're, okay. I mean, even if we pull some fountain ports, that would be great. Okay, so we do have Gisa. They do have, so they have a 5-card hand. So I don't know if they have anything. Okay. Let's do hover ship. See if we can try to gain back some control. 'Cause they're conserving their resources for sure. We're trying to gain resources. This is enchantment. Yeah, we have to get rid of that because they're... So we got lucky with the Vanishing Light. Okay, we have... Alright, so that's a really good draw, guys. We have Expel the Interlopers. So there's really nothing to do right now. We're going to just try to regain and, you know, our hands, try to figure out something. Try to restabilize. Alright, so they're probably going to do the same thing, this Shieldry. Okay, pitch out the cut down. I don't think we really need it. Okay. Alright, so we did pull Fountain Court. Alright, so I'm going to makeshift binding. So we're gonna have to go through let them go through the motions of the True Scriptures. Hopefully we don't have to, because I'm very hesitant right now. Yeah, see, actually we just got discarded. I forgot. It's yeah, discards 3 cards, then mills 3 cards. Okay, so we lost our board wipe. Yeah, that's a thing. I'm gonna have to take that out. So I was counting on Expel the Interlopers to, but it was a misplay on the second mode of the True Scriptures, so. Alright guys, we need to pull a board wipe. This is why Shieldred is very good. Wow, okay. But they have the true scriptures, so I don't really know if we're going to be able to pull this off. I'm going to play this anyway. Because they could still bring this, for as long as this is on the field, they could bring back all these creatures. Alright guys, we're not going to be able to do it, so I'm going to concede. Okay, so let's see what... I kind of feel like we should, I mean, the creature, the creature spells we have, I guess, are alright. Let's see. Oh, we have. We also have Deadly Cover Up. All right, so we actually don't need the Resplendent Angel. Try Abyssal Harvester. And do we need the Phyrexian Arena? You know what, I'll try Enduring Tenacity. And I definitely want the Deadly Cover Up, because that's very important in this matchup. So I'm going to try... Yeah, the Overwhelming Remorse, do I want it or no? The bindings, I mean, are really good. Alright, I'll try this. Alright guys, so we're in game 3. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to be on the play. Alright, so this is a good opening hand. We're going to try this. Well, alright, alright, so there's no guarantee that I pull a third land right away, so I'm gonna have to take out the binding. We have more binding. Alright, yeah, we actually did pull. Alright, so I'm going to pilfer them first. Shieldred's Edict. Tiny Bones into the Flood Maw, and they have Overlord of the Baelmer. That could be... Alright, so I'm gonna have to take the Overlord, because that is a really good card. They can impend that on turn 2, and we don't want that. Alright, so that we actually got milled the Deadly Cover Up. Alright, well, we do have other board wipes. 2 edicts? Wow, okay. So it's not going to really make a difference because they're going to edict anyway. Okay, so we pulled Cut Down, so that's actually a really good draw. Have to get rid of the tiny bars. Okay, so we pulled Glyph Bridge, so start making creatures. I want them because I want them to use their resources. I want them to waste their spells. So they have Into the Floodmaw, and I'm going to save the Deep Cavern Bat because I really, truthfully, I'm going to make them work now. By making these fish tokens. Alright, we expel the interlopers, did get milled. Okay, so we pulled Enduring Tenacity, but we can't really play it yet. So we need like an instant, because they're going to keep animating the reef. They're going to keep milling us. So if we could draw like Unwanted Remake. We have to sack a token to draw a card. So they have Into the Floodmaw, so it wouldn't make much sense to play the bat right now. We're kind of in a tough spot. Just hitting them for 1 damage at a time isn't really going to do much right now. Alright, so they did mill some really good stuff that we have on top. Okay, so we did pull alright, that's perfect. So we don't have double black right now. I would say that we could use Deep Cavern Bat, but I don't know what these other 2 cards are that they have in hand. So I'm just gonna end the turn. They're probably gonna play the Edict. Okay, so they do not have any creatures. But they do have removal spells. I don't know if I want to play the Enduring Tenacity now. I mean, you know what? I'll play it. Just let them, you know what? Let them use their resources. Alright, so they actually chose not to play one of their removal spells. Guys, what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to use what I can as a decoy. Yeah, so actually they're using Demolition Field on Fountain Port, so that's not what I wanted. But I will take action. Just go with a basic planes. Alright, we do have a second Fountain Port, but as long as that hasn't been milled, looks like it hasn't. Okay, we have makeshift binding. Just gonna swing in. If they play one of their spells, they play one of their spells. It's okay, which they did. What they're playing is very interesting. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have 6 cards in hand. Alright. Oh, heist. Alright. So they took the pilfer? Yeah, they're probably gonna take the bridge or the hover ship. I wouldn't doubt if they did. So they took. Oh, okay. I know why. Because they want to animate the reef. Because if they animate the reef, they probably know that we can't really stop that with enchantments and artifacts. Alright, yeah, the second fountain port was milled, and so was Kisa. Alright. Alright, so play the hover ship. Alright. I'm gonna try this traumatic revelation. See what they do. Okay, they do have a shield jump. We're gonna have to take these creatures out. We really don't have a choice. Alright, so did they get back? I don't know. Alright, so they have a face down creature. We can't even animate this. And again, they have... Oh, that's game. Alright. Alright, good game, you guys. And I think they milled the Animus. Alright, you guys. So that just about does it for Orzhov Control. Unfortunately, we were not able to take, 2 out of 3 games. But with that being said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. And like I said, this was Orzhov Control in Standard. If you guys like this, slam that like button. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to help the channel out. Comment if you'd like, and I will see you guys in the next video.